GBV.
Gender-based violence.
Yes. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you so much. Please clap for him. Can I get a female to try on this side? Someone, anybody? Okay, it's fine. So, what is your name, sir?
Dos Santos.
As Dos Santos said, social workers deal with social problems, and that is on point. Um, at the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, we are Child Protection Division based in Nangolo Mbumba Avenue at Masiza Law Chambers. And at the Child Protection Division, we help children with various social ills that are under the age of 18. And some of the issues we deal with is juvenile delinquency, basically children that have committed crimes under the age of 18. Social workers at the Child Protection Division go to court and screen these juveniles just to find out basically what was the reason they committed the crime and what they did, and to give a proper, I don't want to call it sentencing, but basically because they're under the age of 18, they cannot go to a normal trial. So either they will be, what is the word? We'll either provide long-term counseling for them, or they will just be given a trial, but it's not gonna be as high or as severe as that of an adult. Okay, and then other issues we deal with is behavioral problems, such as children who are maybe bullying other children at school, children that are stealing, children that are just doing things that are not seen as good in society. And we also do victim impact reports. So we deal with rape cases, children that have been abused, sexually assaulted. And we basically, a victim impact report is a report where you assess how the sexual assault affected the individual, so that we can give this to court, so that the perpetrator can be put to justice, okay? And then we also, what else we do? We do a lot. So yes, we deal with various social problems, domestic violence, as he stated. We deal with victims who have been abused. And social workers are just not at the Ministry of Gender. We also have social workers at the state hospitals. And social workers are in all the various regions across Namibia. Okay? So I want you guys to be aware of the services that social workers are providing. Even if you came here and you're not interested in social sciences, but you are interested in sciences, the science fields, you need to take care of your mental health. As I'm sure you guys know, this is the Mental Health Awareness Month. So it doesn't matter what field you go into, but you really need to take care of your mental health and seek help if you are going through various traumas. As we saw last night, a very sad incident happened where a lot of families lost their houses to the fire last night. And I would like to give my deepest sympathies to each and every individual that lost their houses. And that alone is trauma, because there's a lot of children who do not know where they were going to sleep, that have lost everything. And those people need counseling, they need social workers, they need therapists to help them deal with their trauma, okay? And some of you might be sitting here and you've gone through a lot of things that we don't know of, but if you are under 18, you can always make a turn at Ministry of Gender and speak out, and we are there to assist you any day of the week, except weekends, okay? And if you're above 18, you can go to the state hospital, or you can go to the multipurpose center in Kwisepmund. And you'll also find social workers there that can assist you with whatever you are dealing with. Okay? Do not suffer in silence. And basically, my aim here is to just make you guys aware that there is help out there for you and to raise more awareness about our services. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay? Thank you. Do you guys have any questions about social work? Hmm? Okay. Let me engage with you guys. What do you guys want to study when you finish school? What do you want to study? Oh, you guys are students. Okay, on this side, some say they are from Flamingo. Who here is still in high school? What do you guys want to study after?
Medicine.
Medicine. Okay. So you are my future colleagues. Okay. And what are you guys studying?
We are studying ocean sustainability and aquaculture management.
Okay. Ocean
Sustainability,
and agriculture?
aquaculture management.
Aquaculture. Okay. And you know that various fields can get very intense. Did you guys hear about the individual that shot 2 managers yesterday? So he was probably bottling up a lot of emotions and he took that anger out at his bosses. I don't know what they did to him, but there is a clear sign that he needed help and he was bottling it up. So it doesn't matter, as I said, whatever field you are venturing into, but always speak out and seek help, okay? Thank you so much.
Okay, I think I've called on the next speaker. I think you guys will find her very interesting because it's from Depth Marine. Anna, are you ready? Just have to wait a few minutes for her. Okay. No problem.
How many minutes? Can talk the rest of the day. Okay. Good afternoon. How are you? Okay. My name is Anna Ikela. I'm a senior corporate communications for Deb in Namibia. And I would like to talk to you, but I will only talk to you if I can give you the information that you are looking for. I'm not going to give you a presentation whereby I'll talk to you about the information that's beyond you or below you. Let's discuss. Am I talking to students? Am I talking to the learners, university student, learners grade, whatever? Maybe just like, let's get a whole picture. Who am I talking to? Are you at school? Oh, IUM. Okay. Oh, IUM. Hmm?
High school.
High school, grade 9. At the back?
What grade are you guys?
Students. IUM 2. Oh, okay. All right. Let's make it a bit more engaging. Depend also on the information that you're looking for. Maybe I can ask, do you know what Deb Marina Namibia does? Do you? Oh, okay.
You know.
Tell me, what do we do?
It has to do with the mining underwater.
Mining what?
Okay, diamonds. I'm not. Yeah, that's what I know.
Okay. Anyone else? I can reward you for it.
Just minerals.
What type of minerals? Yeah.
Mineral.
What type of minerals? Try.
I think it's diamonds, mainly diamonds.
What?
I think mainly it's diamonds.
Mainly it's diamonds.
Yeah,
Okay. Where do we mine our diamonds from?
the ocean,
Eh?
the ocean.
From the ocean.
And, yeah, I think
Which ocean?
from our baseline, coastline. Yeah,
Very
somewhere.
interesting. Very interesting. Yes, just a sec. Yes, we do mine our diamonds from the Atlantic Ocean. We actually mine what we call, or rather recover what we call marine diamonds in the Atlantic Ocean. Very, very good. I should reward you for it. Thank you. At least you know. A general question. Now that you know, most of you are students. The economy of our country, yeah? What is the biggest contributor to our fiscus? If you know, where do we get our money from as a country mostly? Who is the biggest contributor to the fiscus? Fish. Okay? Somebody else?
Marine resources.
Marine resources. That include fish and what and what. Okay?
I would say diamonds.
I say diamonds. You're right. It's actually on diamonds. Diamonds contribute quite a lot to the Namibian fiscus, which makes it the heart of our economy. Fish also contributed, but diamonds are more contributing than any other. And Deb Marine Namibia is contributing more than any other company in Namibia. That's a fact that you should know. Okay? Now, Deb Marine Namibia, as I said, we do recover diamonds from the Atlantic Ocean. A good question that I also want to ask you, since now I realize I don't want to present anything to you, I'll just go with the flow to the information I'm getting from you. What do diamonds used for? This is our natural diamonds. Namibia is blessed with a beautiful gem quality diamonds. Yeah? Before I even ask you what diamonds are used for, can you maybe give me how many companies in Namibia are mining diamond? How many companies in Namibia that are mining diamonds?
So far I only know 3 companies in
3?
Namibia.
Okay.
That is Namdeb
Okay?
and Debmalin,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's also mined in Tumeb.
Tumeb?
I think it's Dante.
Do we have diamonds in Tumeb? Guys, I should go back to Tumeb and
Okay,
diamonds.
I would like to ask you again,
Yes, please.
because according to what we read most in the history most,
Yeah?
like the diamond was also discovered in Tumeb by Zakaria Lewal. Is it
No.
not in Tumeb?
The diamond was never discovered in Tumeb. The diamonds were discovered in Rudrit, outside of Rudrit, in Kormanskop, by the guy called Zakaria Lewala. You are right. But it's in Rudrit.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
for
you're
the
most
information.
welcome. We're learning as we go. Yeah, the diamonds were discovered in Namibia way back in 1908 in Kormanskop, one town there. It's now a tourist attraction site where it was discovered over 100 years now. And there are two companies in Namibia that are mining diamonds at the moment. The one I know of, it's Namdeb and Debmeri Namibia. And Namdeb and Debmeri Namibia are sister companies. This is now the fact that I would like you to know. As a Namibian youth, you should also know what is happening. But before I start talking about Debmeri Namibia and Namdeb, how many minerals does Namibia is blessed with? You tell me, and the area where these minerals are. Just for because I understand now there is an appetite of knowing your country. How many minerals does Namibia is blessed with? And just tell me, where do we find them? Namibia is very blessed with natural resources. Yeah? Just be brave. Let's do this. We learn as we go. Try. Because you said most of you are students, and the mining in Namibia is quite flourishing. It's a lot of mines. What are they unearthing? What are they mining? What are they recovering? Just give me some information about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
According to the information that I'm having, so Namibia is blessed with plenty minerals.
Yes?
There are quite a lot. So, and we have the uranium
Yep.
that has been mined along the coastline in Swakop in Arandes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is also the diamond that is being mined in
Now
Namdeb.
tell me, why you are there? How many mines are that are mining uranium at the moment?
Uranium, so far I only know two companies.
Okay, which are?
Which is Swakop Uranium and Rosing Uranium in Arandes.
Okay. Yeah?
Arandes.
Aye, my brother. No. No, Arandes is a town, ne? That is, okay, I have a bit of a history, but I worked in a uranium mine before, but Rosing is
Yes,
actually the founder.
I said the Rosing Uranium.
Rosing uranium in Arandes.
In Arandes, that's what I said. Yeah.
All right, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, no, it's good. We have uranium. At least you mentioned something. We have uranium.
Yeah.
And we have two companies that you mentioned, Swakop Uranium and Rosing. Yes, correct. What else? Your neighbor.
My neighbor.
Let's pass it on. What else?
I think it's copper.
Copper?
And combat.
Anyway?
Copper and zinc. Yeah.
Where do we mine zinc? If you can't pass it on, pass it on.
We have zinc in
Yeah.
Rospina.
Yes,
Copper and
correct.
zinc.
Zinc in Rospina. I already rewarded you, ne? Zinc in Rospina, okay?
Copper in combat.
Combine combat. Let's move. Yeah. You in gray.
Zinc was already mentioned.
We have plenty of gold. Where do we mine gold from?
Gold is in
Aye.
Caribbean.
Caribbean. Yeah, Nova
Yeah,
Hub.
Caribbean.
Yes.
B2
Nova.
gold.
B2. Where is B2 gold?
Yeah, Tumeb, ne?
No, my guy. No. It's not in. Let's move on, my lady in a nice floppy.
I think lead is also mine in Rospina.
Where is it?
Lead. I don't know.
Eh?
I don't know. But I just know lead is mine.
Move on. If you're not sure, let's move. We'll learn something.
Zinc and mines.
Zinc. Where do we mine zinc from?
Zinc from Rospina.
Rospina, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. It was mentioned somewhere. Maybe you were listening. Next. Oh, it shall pass. Who would want to try?
We have gold, B2 gold.
Yes. Bit to
close
gold.
to Chivarongo.
Outside of Ochuvaramba.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Another one? Don't want to try? Guys, there is something very fundamental as youth. Ne? As youth, as the future of this country, somehow you have to know your country better. Who is the backbone of your country? What are the mines? What are the minerals? Tomorrow, it's not even tomorrow, because you guys are already at tertiary education. And if you don't know certain information, really, it's just a pity for the country. Okay? But this is a beginning. Let's start to explore. Namibia is blessed with a lot of minerals. There's a lot of mines. I can't even go into details on who owns the mine. And you should dig out those information. Who contributes what do they mine, what are those minerals are used for. But let me go back to where I have the authority to talk about. Diamonds. Debmarine, Namibia. We actually mine in the Atlantic Ocean in the area called Atlantic 1. You know now when the government is giving you an area to explore, we cannot say where we are mining, that's the only area where diamonds are. If there was a map of Namibia here, I can tell you where exactly we are mining. The first diamond was discovered in 1908, as he rightfully said, outside of Rudrets in Kormanskop. And the origins of diamonds is a long history, originated from kimberlite in South Africa somewhere over millions years ago, brought down there through the Orange River, helped by the Benguela current to push it down south where we are, evenly distributed or rather more distributed in other areas than the others. But what we know, we only know in the area where we are mining our diamonds from, which is Atlantic 1. When the government is giving you an area to explore, they cannot just give you the whole place, then say to you, mine here. They give you a specific area. This is your license area, and you cannot go beyond where you were supposed to be. So our area is called Atlantic 1. We do mine, or rather recover diamonds with 7 vessels. We have 7 vessels. When you have time, you can go to our stand there. We can be able to explain, or rather show you how these vessels look like. And these vessels are like, our mine is like a sea, open sea, in the area, in the Atlantic 1 there. We have 7 vessels. Have you ever heard of one of our vessels before? Just out of curiosity. You don't have we have 1,100 employees, eh? That person, one of them should be a long cousin or uncle or whatever. Have you ever heard of a name of a Debmarine Namibia vessel? None. Serious. It's disheartening. We have 7 vessels. The latest that was inaugurated here in Walvis Bay 2 years ago, 2002, March, it's the Benguela Gem. It's the biggest vessel that we have. Cost us 7 billion Namibian dollars. So one of the biggest assets that we have in the country. So we have also Mafuta, and we have Debma Pacific, we have Debma Atlantic, we have Harip. Who speaks Damaranama here? Am I saying it the right thing? No. Harip. There's a click to it. None. Please say it. Help me saying it. We have Harip, and then we have Grand Banks. Okay? So those 7 vessels are in Atlantic 1. And they use different ways of recovering diamonds. We have a drill system, and we also have a crawler. Crawler is like a vacuum cleaner, in layman's term. like a vacuum cleaner. That is the tool that is deployed at the palm of the sea, and they just swipe. You know, the diamonds are not that deep because they came through what? What did I say? How did they end up at sea? Of course. So they are just in the outer shell, in simple terms. They are in outer shell. You are not digging. That's why we don't say really we are mining. We are recovering diamonds at the palm of the ocean. Okay? And those vessels, in that crawler, there is a big umbilical pipe that is connected to it that is bringing materials on board, being sorted and everything there. And then whatever is leaving that vessel is a can of diamonds. Small can. We have that canning system. Have you been in a fishing vessel? You see like not a fishing vessel, but a factory. See how they can the fish? It's the same we can the diamonds. When it leaves the vessels, it's in those cans. Yeah? And then flown over to Windhoek for sorting and other things. And that is done by another company. Our business is to recover diamonds. And we are the biggest diamond recovery company in Namibia. And the good fact that can also help you, we are the only company that is doing what we are doing at the moment in the whole light world. There is no other company in the world that is mining marine diamonds. It's only Debmer in Namibia. And if there is a company that would like to start it, probably they have to come to us and say, how can we learn from you? So we are the pioneer in this industry. We should be proud as Namibians. Debmer in Namibia is there to make life brilliant. We just recover diamonds on behalf of the country. Okay? Now, because most of you said you are students, let's get to what is that we offer as a company. We offer bursaries, yeah? Yes, we do offer bursaries. At the moment, we have 2 bursaries running. The due date is 31st of October. There's bursaries for marine engineering and another one for geophysics. Yeah? And I know the question will come, how many points should I have, or should I have an A or B? No, we are not in that business. What happens is that you have to apply for an institution. Mostly we support the Namibian institution or the South African universities, those 2. And our bursaries are a fully-fledged type of a bursary, whereby you don't need to do anything. Transport, books, allowance, everything. And you'll have a privilege to come do your internship with the company and back. So it's a fully funded bursary. What we don't do is that we don't dictate to say you should have A, B, C. You should apply from institute for the courses at the institution, and then you can talk to us. When you apply your bursary, you said, I applied for this course, I'm admitted, and this is it. So we take it up from there that the institutions have to do that job to make sure that you qualify or not. Because you know what? The competition is quite high at the moment. If the institutions say, no, you have to have A, B, there are kids that are having A star, A star. So they are ranking it based on their needs of the institution. So that has nothing to do with us. What matters to us is that we give the bursary, and we need a person that is admitted at the institution. If you visit our website, which is the www.debmarine.com, you'll be able to apply for those bursaries that are available. We also have a scholarship at the moment. Normally, past few years, we have two different types of scholarships, but this year we only have one, which is a diamond scholarship award, which is you don't need to pay back or you come work for us. Our bursaries works like this. We take you to school. After you complete, you come work for the company. Yeah? The scholarship, we pay for your school fees, everything done. You owe us nothing. You go home. That's a blessing. Okay? That's the difference between the bursary and the scholarship. When you see somebody's advertising of a scholarship, you know that one you don't have any contractual work obligations after you're done. That is just as to say we are educating a Namibian child, and that's it. You go work. So the scholarship that we have now is for teachers, science teachers. if you are doing your postgraduate, or you are already doing your undergrad, and you are doing science, any science related education, you can apply for this scholarship. It's open. It's also due on the 31st of October. You can be a lucky person. Who is doing education here? Science. None. Okay, have a question?
For us who are doing ocean sustainability, what scholarships or bursaries are available for us?
Ocean sustainability, I have to be honest, I only heard about it yesterday. I'm not sure what that course entails. I need to be educated, to be honest. I never heard of it, what it entails. I wish I can tell you about it. But let me tell you the bursaries that we are historically giving as a company. We are more on mechanical, because those vessels that you saw, if you go to our stand, those are more mechanic, yeah? It's a mechanical system. We have a lot of mechanical engineers. And year on, except I think this year, we always give a bursary on mechanical engineering. We have electrical, have to manage those vessels, have to be up, lights on. And we mostly, other bursaries that we give is now on marine engineering and geophysics. And way back, we used to look in geology, environmental, and everything. But now we see there are more people in those areas. That's why we only give bursaries based on the need of the company. Yeah. Other than that, outside of the needs of the company, we give scholarship, which mostly we give in around the education, which is now education teachers, and then the other one is science scholar. Can do medicine, pharmaceutical, whatever course that is relating to science. We normally give scholarships. So, but those are bursaries and scholarships. Let me tell you one thing. I said we are 1,100. All those 1,100 employees, they are not all chemical engineers. They are not electrical engineers. They are not all geophysics. We have a lot of careers at Debmeri, Namibia. If you didn't get in through the bursary, you can come in through any other, like myself. I didn't do engineering. I didn't do any of geology. I'm not a geologist. I'm not a finance person. I'm not an IT. I've studied communications, and I work for Debmeri in Namibia. So most of the careers, you'll find them there. We have support, what we call support services, yeah? You have HR, for example. Now for you to have a company that have 1,100 employees, yeah? You need an HR, a big HR team to manage these people. Recruitment, training, development, whatever. They're quite a lot. If you find a position there, apply. It's an open card. And then we have IT. You see, these vessels are way at sea. The way they are managed, quite interesting. We have a whole department of IT, maybe 40, 50 people in that department. So you can find your career at Debmeri, Namibia. We have a bigger team also in environmental. When we are, actually our stand this year here at Walvis Bay Maritime Week, we are focusing on environment, on how we rehabilitate our environment. After mining, how do we make sure that we leave the environment closer to what it was before? Because we know when you are recovering diamonds, there is a bit of a disturbance at the palm of this, the ocean. So how do we make sure that we don't damage our environment? We have to rehabilitate it. And by rehabilitating it, we have systems and procedures. We have marine monitoring programs that we are undertaking. And if you go inside our store, there are all those marine scientists and whatever they call themselves, very particular, they will be able to explain everything that we do. Okay? Look like you have a question. You good? Oh, okay. Right. Now we also have other careers. Now when you see the vessels, see there's another department there that is, how can I call it, driving the vessels. That is a navigation part. Yeah? Now we send our students to CPUT, which is Cape Peninsula University of Technology, DUT, to study navigation. When we started in 2001, 2002, there were quite a few Namibians that were manning these vessels. At the moment, we have a lot of captains, Namibian captains, about maybe 6, 7 Namibians. And these are the captains, most of them that were taken to school by the company to go study, and now they are captains. And we still do that. We're still sending students to Cape Town, CUT, Cape Town University of Technology, and Durban University of Technology to study the navigation. The good thing is that you go, you've been sent to school, 1 year you are at school, the other, like maybe 6 months or so, you are at school, another 6 months you are at the company working. Because you have to get what? Your seat time. Then you go back again, come back again, work, go back again. That's a part of the course. And this is a very beautiful course, because you became like a deck officer, then you become a second navigating officer, you become a chief navigating officer, then you get your master's ticket, then you become a captain. And there are 7 vessels. And how we work is like this. Very, very inspiring. Our guys, our employees, our colleagues stays at sea for 28 days. 28 days, you are on the vessel. Beautiful vessel, I must say. Beautiful. You have your gym there, food, proper, everything. You stay there 28 days at sea, and 28 days you are off. You are at home with your family. Literally, you are working 6 months a year. And get paid how many months? 12 months. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, you can talk to some of our colleagues that are on their 28 days there. After we are done with the talk, you can go there, you can talk to them. How do you guys work? They will tell you. 28 days you are at sea, 28 days you are at home. Now, it works like this. Each team, each vessel has like 2 teams, but the bigger vessels have 4 teams. At the time, it can be 70 and 80 people per team. So each position is more or less duplication. Each team has its own captains. That's why if I said we have about 7 captains, that's just one team. Another team has to have another captain. So it's like about 14 captains in total. So when the other team is at home, a same number of the team is at sea. With the team, maybe with a captain, chief engineer, second navigation officer, chief navigating officer, and. And another side of this is we have a lot of artisans. We get our artisans from NEMT, which is Namibian Institute for Mining and Technology. And we need a lot of boilers. We need a lot of fitters. We need a lot of control and instrumentation. So these are the courses that are there. On average, every year we take about 20 trainees from NEMT, because they are needed there. You know the mechanics of the vessel. You need a lot of them. You need that support system. And apart from that, again, we have the tailor-made type of courses. Because most of our mining, or rather our recovery tools, the tools that we are using to recover diamonds, those are tailor-made to us. They are nowhere in the world where you can say, yeah, manufacture for me ABC. It's done by our own engineers. So now for the tool that I told you, like a crawler, you need someone to operate that crawler. That crawler sits at the palm of the ocean, but then there's a control room. There should be somebody who knows how to operate it. So those are not the courses that are being offered anyway. So we actually put an advert in a newspaper looking for trainees, but then we have specification now to say we are looking for someone who had maybe math, whatever, physics, to come join a training system, as a trainee. And then we train you. You've been trained by the senior drillers or by the senior crawler pilots for you to become a crawler operator. So those are also positions that you'll find at the company. It's good to know, so that tomorrow, if I told you this information, tomorrow when you see crawler operator trainee, now you somehow, oh, that woman spoke to me about the crawler. You have to be in a control room where you are checking. Because now this thing is sitting at the bottom, of the ocean. And now you have to look at it on the screen. There are a lot of high definition cameras attached to it that actually see how it's mining, if it's not damaging, if it's not whatever. So there should be someone who understands the whole system, how it works. So those are the positions that we normally put in the newspaper, looking for trainees, and we train you. The company trains you from your grade 12. Okay? Any question? I don't just want to preach. Let's talk. Yes?
So my question, I actually have two questions. So the number one, the first question is, because since you say that you are the one who is like busy recovering the diamond in the whole world.
Marine,
Marine.
specific marine
So
diamond recovery.
are you also have that right to operate beyond our EEZ, or just within our EEZ?
No, we are just within ours. We are not outside. We are operating in Namibian waters. That's the license we have.
Okay, thank you.
That is the exploration that we have done. Yeah.
Okay.
You're
And
most welcome.
the other question is when it's come to careers. So you don't need other people like the general worker, just the person coming from the street, or just coming from the grade 12 with like specific points.
That's why I said, just now I actually gave you information about other type of work that you can get, like trainees. We have trainees like the crawler trainees, drill, they don't call them, they call them drillers. Those courses are not being offered. We actually just recruit people from, you can say street, that completed grade 12 actually. That is our, we don't take lesser than that.
Okay.
So we actually have a lot that we brought on board and we trained them and they became drillers, and then later they progressed to senior drillers. Yeah, and the list goes on. We have. But then there's also another opportunity. In this opportunity is that, you know, there's always a ripple effect of the diamond recovery. We also have contractors. You know, we recover diamonds 24 hours, 365 days a year. And now these vessels are stationed in the Atlantic Ocean. There's a refueling, there's food, there's waste. So this is other people that are working for other companies, but they are giving services to our vessels. You might find yourself not directly employed by Deb Marine Namibia, but if you hear, oh, this is a anchoring that is gonna, you know, used by Deb Marine Namibia, or the food supply. I think our current contractor is based in Walvis Bay. Just don't remember the name now, for the catering. So these are the companies that you might find yourself working for Deb Marine Namibia, but I mean for, it's a contractor, but you are not directly employed by Deb Marine Namibia. It's a job. It's a job. You are not directly employed by Deb Marine, but you are our contractor. A good example, there's a company behind you, they're called Simas. These are the guys that are really helping us to make the, to make our way of what is happening in our maritime industry, basically what you can see at sea. They have their company, but they are contracted to us on a shorter period to do this for us. So you, the good thing of diamond recovery and any other company, it's the bigger, greater good to the country than to one person. Either way, if you are working in catering, if you are working in logistics, if you are working in whatever, me and you, we are employed. We are all earning. It's good for us. Okay? Any other question? Yep.
My question is for interest sake on their behalf. I'm not sure if you already explained this.
Yeah.
Who owns Deb Marine Namibia?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, nice question. It was never asked. Okay, I'll reward someone who will answer that. Not the person who asked. But I'll reward somebody who will give me a hint. Who owns Deb Marine Namibia? Never heard of it. I would like to challenge you guys. I said it before. It's very, very important as a future of this country. Oh, okay. You would like to try.
So I just want to try, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Trying is good.
I think it's owned by DBS. I think it's
correct.
owned by both DBS and the government of Namibia. Both of them, they have 50-50 shares.
100%. 100%. We are... yeah. Right, maybe you can meet me there. I can give you something better. Yes, correct. Deb Marine Namibia is owned by two parents. We have two parents. There's actually a company called, our parent company is called Namdeb Holdings. It's not Namdeb is our sister company as a Discovery Diamond company. But then both of us, as I said, Namdeb and Deb Marine Namibia are sister companies. We are owned by our parent called Namdeb Holdings. There is no a physical building where you said, nah, that's a Namdeb Holding building. This is a nearby shareholdingship whereby we are owned by the Government Republic of Namibia, 50% shares, and the BS Group. The BS is actually, the BS has, their core business is diamonds, which is a good thing. You want to be in a relationship with someone who knows their business, isn't it? Because the BS owns the whole pipeline. They mine, they cut, they polish, and they sell. So it's a good thing to have the relationship with the BS because they know exactly where their diamonds are going to. So we are owned by the BS Group and the Government Republic of Namibia. Now, what does that mean when you have the 50% shareholdingship? It's actually, let me tell you one fact. That the BS Namibian government partnership is the only partnership in the mining in Namibia that have 50% shareholdings. The rest of the mines, they don't have that. So what it means is that when you make profit, the dividends goes back to the government, back to the Ministry of Finance, back to we pay tax, enough tax. When we have enough tax in the country, what do? That goes to buy our medicine, schools, everything else. You guys can go to NASFAF. That's where money goes on. I trust you guys read up about how the countries are making money and how we are all benefiting anyway, in a way. So yes, we are owned by the Government Republic of Namibia and the BS Group in 50% equal shares. Isn't that a good thing? Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for asking that question on behalf of them. Any other question? We good? Okay. Now from here, if there's no other presentation, or after whatever presentation you will have, you can come to our stall. You can actually talk to my colleagues. They hold different portfolio within the company. They will be able to tell you one thing or two that will actually be useful in your life. As a student, sometimes you don't know. And I spoke to a few students yesterday. I think I'm safe to say, black child, sometimes you don't have a choice. Ne? As a black child, sometimes you don't have a choice. And you would like, yeah, I'm now doing this course and I don't really know. Sometimes you don't even know the course that you are doing. It's just because you don't want to stay home. But when you are also now comfortably at school, explore. What are the other opportunities that can actually keep your parents off the hook? If you get a chance to go on a training program at Deb Marine Namibia, you get paid. You can like, okay, I think this is safe. I can go do this. The only gap between that decision and where you are is because you don't know. But should somebody told you this information, you'll be able to use it. So sometimes you have to navigate. What are the possibilities? Just don't focus on one thing, more especially when you are not sure of what you are studying. Or just you are studying something because of the fear of staying at home. If you find yourself within that parameters, please try. When you see these companies, read up. There might be beautiful offers that will come your way that can save you. Okay? And save your parents as well. It's quite expensive to pay school fees. But sometimes if you hit your jackpot right, if you're like, oh, this is a training that this lady was talking about, I'm going to apply. You might get it. If you get it, you're sorted. You'll navigate later if you want to study something with your own money. Okay? We good? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anna. Much appreciated. I think we'll just ask our next speaker to come to the stand. He's from Telecom, Mr. Andreas.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay. My name is Andreas Shapaka. I'm from Telecom Namibia. I'm in charge of Maritime Rescue Coordination Center. Probably the question that you have, yeah, pay attention please. Probably the question that you have, you might ask why Telecom Namibia is here. Telecom Namibia is responsible for communication, correct? Right? But this is a maritime week, right? Maritime has to do with maritime, with ships at sea, right? Telecom Namibia provide communication on land. Okay, our responsibility actually, we were delegated by the Ministry of Works and Transport, Directorate of Maritime Affairs, to provide safety of life at sea, search and rescue. If I can give you an example on land, if you have an accident on the road, who assists you? You have an ambulance, you have nurses, you have doctors, and so on. But now, think of a guy on the ship at sea. If there's an accident on board, what happens? Did you watch Titanic? Have you seen what happened? That is a reality of life at sea. In other words, if you are at sea, you don't have anybody else. It's water that you see there. If there is fire on board that you cannot extinguish, if the ship is sinking, who is going to help you? So that responsibility is actually given to Telecom Namibia to save people's lives at sea. And we have a Maritime Rescue Coordination Center that is located in Telecom building. Now, how do we do the search and rescue? We are not physically going there to search. We coordinate. In other words, we communicate with ships at sea to help others that are in need. Basically, what happens, we have base stations alongside the whole coast of Namibia. Those are VHF base stations. Now, the first one that we have is at the Move Bay. In other words, the VHF base stations, they cover a radius of 120 kilometers from the base station. Now, if you go out of that coverage, then you are not, we will not be able to hear you. Therefore, we have another base station at mile 108, that is north of Cape Cross. And then we have another one at the Rossing Mountain. And then we have another one just outside Walvis Bay, 20 kilometers from town, if you are going on the way to Roybank. We have another one there. Now, in the south, we have one outside Rudres, and we have another one in Namdeb area. Now, we actually covered that range of 120 kilometers per base station. At sea, we actually say nautical miles. That is about 60 nautical miles. Now, the question you might ask a question saying now, what happens if I'm beyond that range of 120 kilometers? We cover that with higher frequency radios. Now, with higher frequency radios, there is no limitation of range. It all depends on the weather condition, because if you look above the sky, we have what we call a layer called ionosphere. These layers changes according to the weather condition. If it's during the night, they come a little bit lower. In other words, a low frequency can travel far than during the day. Now, what happens when we broadcast on the radio, the signal hits the ionosphere, it bounces back and then it hits the ground, and then it bounces back, it goes, hit the ionosphere. But now, when it's bouncing, it's actually traveling further and further and so on. So, take an example of this. You have a ceiling, and then hit the ball on the floor. The ball hit the ceiling. It will, anytime it hit the ceiling or the floor, it will actually gain momentum, and it will proceed further, and it will not stop. So, with HF, we are able to reach Brazil. We are able to reach Russia. We are able to reach Australia. I can say probably the whole world, depending on the on time of the day and so on. Now, what about now the North and South Pole? So we have a satellite system that can reach North and South Pole. So, but apart from that, reaching far is really not what we need. We are responsible for our own maritime space. Our maritime space is 200 nautical miles away from the land, from Kunene River all the way to Orange River. The 200 nautical miles, that is 400 kilometers, what we call our economic exclusive zone. Now, if you heard about the BS Marine or Deb Marine Namibia, they are saying they are mining diamonds in Namibian waters. Yes, they are mining within our waters. Fishing, they are fishing within our EEZ. Oil, also discovering in our own EEZ. The area beyond the 200 nautical miles belongs to international, it's called international waters. It belongs to no one. We are not claiming responsibility of that. Now, our part, what we do, when a ship is in distress, the distress is an accident. It can be collision, it can be fire on board, it can be sinking, anything that actually put the ship in danger, which is likely might actually lead to people's lives, losing people's lives. On board the ship, they have also radios. They can be VHF radios. They can be HF radios, but now we have watch-keeping frequencies or distress frequencies or channels that we use for communication. In case of distress, a ship normally calls Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. That is 3 times. If you hear somebody saying Mayday, 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 in other words, you hear somebody crying for help. Now, what we do, we are working 24 hours. We have 8 hours, 3 rotational shifts. We are working during the night, it doesn't matter. There is a person that is actually sitting there every day. There are 2 people that are sitting in there, waiting for incidents like this to happen. We are not looking for incidents. We are waiting to be called. Now, upon receiving a distress message from the ship, there are very important informations that they are sending out. It's a Mayday, Mayday, just to warn you that the message that is following is actually a cry for help. The reason why they are calling 3 times is because simply if you miss the first, then you will not miss the second and the third one. So they provide you the name of the ship, the nature of distress, the call sign of the ship, the position, very, very important. The position is in latitude and longitude, and you must make sure that we have the correct position. Because if this incident is actually in the north and you recorded a position in the south, the search is going to happen. Everybody will run to the south. What will happen? You are wasting people's resources, and the people that need help will die because nobody goes to that position. Now, what happens once we receive all this information? What we do, we rebroadcast the message. When we rebroadcast the message, other ships will hear. Why? Simply because we have our base stations, the towers are higher than the ships. Because a ship that is, let's say, 1,000 kilometers away from this one will not be able to hear because of the height of the antenna. So now, the ships that will hear, they will call back and tell us that I'm 2 hours away from that ship. Another one will say I'm 5 hours away from the distressed ship. Basically what we do, we choose the ship that is closer by as an on-scene command. On-scene command means this ship is taking charge of the other one because you cannot help yourself if you are having a problem. You're not working properly if you are sick. You need help. You need somebody else to assist you. Basically, that's why if you are going to hospital, you don't go alone. You need someone to assist you, to speak on your behalf. Because whatever you say, it does not really make sense because at the end of the day, your mental capacity is not 100%. Now, once we have on-scene command, we tell them that to proceed to that position. Even if now this ship was going to Cape Town and then left, that one is in the north, we say turn back and go there. Now, the ship is expected in Cape Town tomorrow morning. 2 hours going back is another delay. It's costing money. Can they refuse? What do you think? If I'm asking you for help and you are rushing for interviews, if you have to come and help me, you will be late. Not so. Can you refuse? Yes. In reality, we can refuse. But the humanity at sea is that no man leaves another man dying at sea. So, because tomorrow it might be you. So that ship has to turn back no matter how urgent they needed to arrive at their destination. Now, when they arrive, they assess the situation. If people have to abandon the ship, the captain is always in charge of the ship. And he actually wants everybody to leave the ship. But if you feel like you don't want to leave, maybe you can stay. You have fear of water, and you decided that this is my home, I'll go down with the ship. If you have seen Titanic, okay, if you have seen Titanic, you have seen those two grannies. They cuddled each other, and they decided that no, we don't even have energy. We go down with the Titanic. Titanic is home. So you can decide that. But if you are brave enough, you can say, no, I'm not going to die here. I have family that I'm going to look after. So you abandon the ship. But now, if you decide to abandon the ship, there are two things that you must consider. If you jump, and it's this time of the day, you go straight in the mouth of the shark. It will eat you up for lunch. If it's evening time, then you'll be dinner. So, another thing also, if you jump in the water, you normally have a life jacket on, you float. There is also a lifeboat or life raft in the water for you to go in, but you don't jump straight there. You have to swim there. If you can't swim, you'll be floating. In a matter of 10 minutes, you'll be dead. You'll be frozen. You die of hypothermia because it's very cold. We're talking about minus 15, minus 20, minus 25, and so on. Can you survive in a fridge or freezer? No. See there. If you're lucky, you swim, you go to the lifeboat or life raft. You go in there, you stay. If you are deep sea, where there are no other ships to help you, you die of hunger, you die of thirsty. But there's provision made for little things, a few bottles of water, and small things like food that you can just, like a sweet that you can just chew for you to get energy. But the first 24 hours, no food to be served, no water to be served. It's only afterwards, and what you get the next day after 24 hours is a drop of water just to hydrate yourself. Because you do not know how long you'll be there. Some survivors stayed for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and so on. Some ended up dying. The brave ones, there are hooks. You can catch fish, fresh fish, and you eat it raw. Once you eat it, your body will be hydrated again. You see that? And you have a little bit of energy as well. See, but there are two things that you must not do. Never drink seawater. Seawater is highly concentrated with salt. Your body will be dehydrated. Within an hour time, you'll be dead. And imagine you jump, you abandon the ship for survival, and you go and die in a life raft. Then you are not brave enough. Secondly, never drink urine. The urine is a poison. That's why your body is actually discharging it. If you drink it in a matter of 30 seconds, not 30 seconds, 30 minutes to an hour, you'll be dead also. So, you would rather die of thirsty and hunger and all that, other than whereby you poison yourself. Okay, now, in a case whereby the survivors were picked up by the ship that we call on-scene command, we communicate with the ship. We say, bring the survivors to Walvis Bay, or bring the survivors to Rudres. Now, we keep communication making sure that everybody is okay. If there's an injured person, we always try to connect the doctor to speak to the captain of the ship or the person that is responsible to look after the survivors. When they reach the port of Walvis Bay or Rudres, we terminate the communication. In other words, we did our part. It's not up to us to follow up who survived or who died or what happens after the survivors. So our part is to facilitate and coordinate the search. And we successfully completed our mission. In addition to that, to search and rescue, we also provide what we call medevac. Medevac is medical evacuation. In other words, whereby if one person is sick on board, you need to be evacuated. Still, Namibia has got no helicopter for belonging to the state or an aircraft belonging to the state for search and rescue. We also do not have search and rescue ships belonging to the state. We are all depending on the other ships that are at sea to help each other. And with us, we only providing the communication between so that we make sure that there is no gap. Now, we either request the ship with the sick person to divert their course, either to Rudres or to Walvis Bay. If there is another ship that is maybe nearby, that is able to transfer the sick person to them so that they can deliver to Walvis Bay, we can gladly have that done. Basically, what I can see last week on Saturday, we had the same incident, a ship that was 700 kilometers away from Walvis Bay, going all the way to the south, but they have to divert and bring a sick person here to Walvis Bay, discharge the person, and they proceed. Up to now, I cannot tell you what happened to the person, whether he survived, and that is not my area of interest. My area of interest is that to make sure that this person arrived here safely. Okay. Other thing that we do, we also provide weather forecasting, weather bulletin to mariners so that they can plan their route properly. If they are the voyage, they are going to Cape Town, they know how the weather looks like in the south. If they are going fishing, they know that we are not going to fish in the south, we are going to fish in the northern part because the weather looks good. Because life at sea is totally different. If the weather is not good, sometimes visibility is very bad. The current, the waves are actually higher up. And if I say, if you go in there for 1 hour and they say go back, you will not go back, you will not like it. Okay, we also provide navigational warnings. Navigational warnings, as you heard about DEB Marine Namibia, they have ships that are stationary there, standing there mining. They have equipment that are actually on the seabed. They cannot move. They are actually anchored there, stationed that they don't even move an inch because otherwise the equipment breaks. But now, you find a fishing ship that is going to fish there, for example. That might actually hit into those anchors or wires that are around that ship. There is no way that ship can be able to prevent that accident from happening because it's restricted to maneuverability, cannot move. Now, they provide us with the navigational warnings that we broadcast every day. We read them once a day and we, by voice on the radio, other ships are listening. And then we also send them by navigational telex that is actually in a text form. Every ship has, it will print out or it will display on the screen of the equipment on board. Then they know. Okay. The last thing that we do what we call pre-arrival notifications. All ships that are foreign ships that are entering Namibian waters with intention of entering Namibian ports, either bringing containers, either bringing passengers, and so on. They apply for approval to enter Namibian territorial waters. The territorial waters is different from our EEZ. Territorial water is 12 nautical miles from the shore, which is 24 kilometers from the shore, approximately. Now, a foreign ship that comes within that is only a ship that is intending either to come and anchor there for a specific reason, or is intending to enter Namibian ports. Now, there's an application that they need to complete and declare what they have on board. If they have chemicals, they have weapons, they have whatever and so on. Let's say now it's an oil tanker that is bringing oil to Namibia, and they say, no, we have chemicals and we have weapons on board. It's already a red flag. What is a tanker that bringing fuel to us has to do with weapons? Then obviously we're not going to approve that. Apart from that, there are also a number of certificates. Safety certificates, construction certificates, and so on, that they need to provide to attach to the document, to their application. Because we need also to see that this ship is safer. It's not something that is coming to break down here in our port, and then it causes oil pollution. And it will be a disaster to our marine resources. So, we make sure that they are valid, because some of the certificates are valid for 5 years, some are for 3 years, some are for how many years, and so on. We check that. Once we are satisfied, now we send these applications to Directorate of Maritime Affairs, which is under the Ministry of Works and Transport, for approval. Once they are happy, they approve the application, then they tell Namibia Port Authority that, now, Namport, you are the owner of the port, you can allow the ship to enter. Now, my question, do you understand the role that we are playing in maritime industry? Not only the internet, communication, TN mobile and all that. That's not the only part that we do. We are actually also doing safety of life. In other words, we are saving life. At the end of the day, in most businesses, they actually, at the end of the day, they count how much money they made. What do you think? What are we counting? We are not working with money. What do you think? What? Huh? Nobody knows. We are counting how many lives we saved. We are not concerned about money. We are concerned about lives. Okay. Do I still have a little bit of time? Okay. A question that might come from you, and I'm going to ask myself on your behalf. Do I like or love what I'm doing? Saving people's lives. Can I do it without any compensation? You can't answer on my behalf. Okay. Yes, I love what I like, what I'm doing. Why am I not saying I like? There's a difference between loving and liking. You see there, when you like something, you like it because of the benefit that is there. You will not do it without a benefit. If I say work for 1 month without payment, you will not do it. You see that? But if you ask me to work for 1 month without payment, saving people's lives, I will do it. I will do it without claiming any overtime. I'm in charge of the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center. I don't work shifts. I work 8 to 5. And I don't work during the weekends. But if there's an accident at sea, they will call me. And I will wake up and I will go to the station. But I'm not being paid overtime. Do I like or I love what I'm doing? Which one? Okay. Now, what are the career opportunities in telecom Namibia. Telecom in general there are a variety of careers. You can talk of human resources. Most importantly, computer engineering, IT, finance. We have more than 1,000 employees across Namibia. Our head office is in Vintu. We have offices across the country. Every town, mostly you find Telecom Namibia's office. Now, for you to work as a search and rescue staff, what are the requirements? Personally, myself, I obtained my radio license when I was studying as a navigating officer. I started my studies at the Namibian Maritime and Fisheries Institute in 1998. I completed in 2001, and then I joined Telecom in 2002, but I have done more than 2 years of sea time. Fortunately, I came back to work on land. I believe I have so much to do on land than doing at sea. Okay, now, the requirement is actually you get a GOC. What is the GOC? GOC is the General Operator's Certificate in GMDSS. GMDSS is a global maritime distress and safety system. This is the system that we use for search and rescue at sea. Aviation, they have their own system to do search and rescue for air, for aviation. And the GMDSS is mainly for maritime industry. So that you can only obtain it from Namibian Maritime and Fishery Institute. Unfortunately, they are not here now, so you could go and ask questions, so they left. But after obtaining the certificate, you write exam and you pass. You need to apply from CRAN. CRAN is Communication Regulatory Authority of Namibia. For you to use the radio. The certificate itself does not give you permission to use the radio. We have radios there. If you want, you can go and try and use one. But if they see you, you'll be arrested. Or you'll be given a fine. I'm not sure how long. It might be 12 months. It might be 6 months and so on. In other words, you can't drive a car if you don't have a license. You can't own a gun if you don't have a gun. Not so. You must be licensed. Okay? And that is valid for a period of 5 years. Now, after 5 years, you must go and renew and so on. Okay? If you are interested in what we are doing, our skills are scarce. And our job, nobody really understands it. Why? Because we are not visible in public. In terms of search and rescue, you hear someone went overboard. Probably you guys, you heard there was a scenario of a man that went overboard or jumped and so on. And search and rescue was happening and so. And the public was commenting, no, people are not doing anything. So we are sitting behind. We can't come in the street and start broadcasting there. We are doing behind closed doors. It's unfortunately we do not know. Even tomorrow, things like this happens, know that we are aware about this and we are working towards the solution. It is not easy to save someone at sea. This is not like on land. Okay. I'm about to finish. Okay. Now, if I may ask you, most of you are students, do you like what you are doing or do you love what you are doing? Huh? Most of you just like what you are doing. Why? Because you want to study, finish, go to university, start working. You see there. And then you earn money, you buy a car, a Range Rover, because your neighbor is having it. If no payment, you will not work. Right? Am I correct? You will not work for free. If we say no, Namport said, we'll take you for 6 months, you work here, we are not going to pay you anything. Yes, you see there. You only like because of the money that is there. You do not love. You see there. I'm going to teach you something. Everything we learn, you must learn to like. After liking, you learn to love, and you are going to love it. I didn't like life at sea. I learned. I wanted to quit the first day that I went to sea because I did not like it. I learned to like it. Why? Because I was getting something out of it. In the process, I ended up loving it. And now I actually love it more. Why? Simply because I'm saving people's lives. People's lives are more important than money or anything else in this world. Okay. Lastly, I'll just give you a chance to ask questions, if you like. And if you want more questions, you can visit our stand there. Probably most of you just pass by because you see Telecom Namibia, we are disappointed. I'm a client of MTC, or I'm happy already, I don't need to know this. But come there, we'll show you even the mining space that they were telling you, where their ships are mining, we'll show you there. Okay, I'll give you a chance to ask questions if you have, but please make them as short as possible. I'll be gladly answer your questions there, looking at the answers that are available. I just have one question, and whoever answers that question, I'll give you a present now. So, the question is, who owns Telecom Namibia? The president is here. So, I'll go back with it. You don't know who owns Telecom Namibia? Huh? I'm very disappointed. What are you learning from? You don't even know your country. How do you expect to pass at the university if you can't even answer a simple question? Huh? This is like an open book examination. Why do you think then? Why do you think? Yeah? Do you want to try? Huh? Yeah?
It is not owned by the what? Government of Namibia.
Huh?
Government of Namibia.
Do you think they own part of it, or they only own
Or they have some shares.
shares?
Yeah.
How many shares do you think?
Two. Probably, I know it's above, let me say, 50%.
50%.
Shares, yeah.
Are you a student there? There's someone raising up a hand there. Were you not told by someone? Because I saw you coming from there. Is that your answer?
No, the government of Namibia.
Is it 100% or 50%?
50%.
Huh?
50%.
50?
No, 100.
Huh?
100%.
Okay, good. Congratulations. That is your present. Telecom is owned by the Namibian government 100%. These are, we call them state-owned enterprises. Okay, I'm giving you a chance to ask one or two questions. Do you have any question? If you don't have questions, you come there. I'm sure you'll have more questions. In conclusion, I just want to thank Nampot, Deb Marine Namibia, municipality, and all other organizers or stakeholders involved. Of course, you students, without you, this week is actually for you. What I want you to be, to take part in maritime industry. There are so many opportunities. There's gas, there's oil, there's diamonds, and so on. And what I want you to be, I want you to be humble. Don't think that when you come from university with a PhD, you can come and sit down on my chair and then I have to stand up. I have experience, you have papers, what you learn from school is a guidance, is not exactly what is happening in a real life. I have done it many times. In other words, I have skills, very little skills, that because I did not achieve much in school, for example, but I have knowledge. Knowledge is experience, and that knowledge are also applied common sense. The more you do it, the better you become. Please be humble. And whatever you need, it will come with time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Andreas. Can we just have another speaker? It will be Inspector Jacob Kavanga from the police. Yes. Very sad.
One momento. All right? Be patient with us. We'll get there now. Go around there. Pull down. Can you go around? Pull, 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 pull. Pull, pull, pull. Okay. All right. This side. It's falling. Pull it. Just pull it, man. Just pull it. Yeah. Just pull it. Don't worry. Pull. 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 It will remain there. It will remain there. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Jacob. My son name is Kavangu, inspector by the rank from police, not Angolan police, but Namibian police. Welcome to our short presentation, and good morning to everyone. It's afternoon. Oh, you are too wise. Thank you very much. Our presentation is short. Like I said, we are here to sensitize everyone, learners in the community about the function of Namibian police. Okay? Let's go. We know Namibian police was established in 1990. That is the year we got our independence. So we took over from South African police. That we know. But where do we find that? We can only find that in our constitution of the Republic of Namibia, which is Act 1990. Are you taking down? Because there will be question about these things. All right? Let's proceed. Well, after Namibian police was established, as you can see, the first general of the police, he picked up from 1990 to 1992. What was his name? Someone can read? Someone from Father can read? Yes? Yes. The first general inspector for Namibian police? So you can see. So I believe everyone who's next to me can see better than him. Now who's our general now? For now? Yes. Joseph Shikongo. He started when? When did he become a general of Namibian police?
2022 up to now.
Thank you very much. Let's proceed. Well, in Namibian police, we don't call each other Mr., Mrs., Madam, Sir. So we have a culture we use. That's by calling each other by ranks. Okay? And this is our rank. Okay? When we are addressing each other, we use ranks. Can you, officer, can you come forward, please? Quickly, Warren. This side. Good. If you look nicely on the ranks, you will see something reflecting on their shoulders. Hasn't? Can someone stand up and tell us what rank is this one? Because once you end up in the church office one day, you must be able to know you are talking to this guy. What rank is this one?
The second rank. Wait. Sergeant officer. Officer 1.
Officer 1. Thank you very much. And this one? The other one? Give it to the next person.
Warrant Officer 1.
Warrant Officer 1.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's how you are going to address my officer when you are meeting them in the street or in the church office. In their offices. Thank you very much for your time, please. All right. That's how you are going to address them. If you find one without anything on the shoulder, nothing, but there's this thing, shoulder flash. We call the shoulder flash. Right? You will find it hanging somewhere at the side. That one is called a constable. Constable. The one you are forcing every police officer. You constable. Not knowing, but yesterday, from now, I hope you will be able to know. And remember, constable, sergeant is with chevron, warrant with half moon, if you want to call it that way, and then officer or commissioner's officers, inspector, chief inspector, deputy commissioner, commissioner, major general, lieutenant general. I hope you have copied. Can we push the next slide? Thank you. Well, in Namibia Police, we have a lot of directorate or divisions. Okay? Not only those who you are seeing in the street arresting and bullying you around. Okay, we have a lot of them. A directorate. We have communication division, we have finance, and the list goes. Okay? Perhaps you will be interested to join police. These opportunities. All right? That's now when you are done with your grade 12, not your grade 10. Are we together? Let's proceed. Very good. In police, we have what we call borders. All right? Don't worry about the assets. Let's start with borders. We have what we call borders. How many borders can we perhaps know about? How many borders do we know? Borders. How many borders do we know? Please, you can try. Trying is the best. You understand?
Okay.
How
We
many
have-
borders?
I only know about. Hey. Okay, let me say we have the border between Namibia and South Africa.
Okay.
Border between Angola and Namibia. Border between, is it Botswana or?
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that.
Thank you very much for trying. You are very brave. I wish you to pass your grade. All right. For this purpose of this presentation, we only have 3 borders we control. Okay? Border number 1 is air border. Okay? Air border. Border number 2 is land border. The ground. Right? Border number 3 is water border. Right? The sea here is bordering, yes, Namibia is bordering with what here? Here where we are now, in the sea. What is the next country other side, or continent? Just ocean, eh? Ha! Please, there's someone behind. Geography is, it's not in here. Yes.
Under correction is Brazil.
Brazil. I'm telling you, if you are a good swimmer and you cross this sea, the next thing you will see is Brazil. And automatically you become Brazilian. For free. Yes. That is water border. Okay? Ground border, she mentioned one, we are bordering with Botswana, Zambia, Angola, and South Africa. Okay? Same time, land border. Yeah? Ground is landmost. All right? And then air. So we have assets. When someone's troubling our space, we are using our helicopters to take care of that trouble. If someone's troubling our sea, our river, we are using our boat. If someone troubling the ground, you used to see those cars which are having red strips. Yeah? Police cars. Most. Let's move. I told you there are 3 borders. Okay. Let's go. Too fast. Okay. Function of the police, Namibian police, okay? Our duties or our function, there are 5, nicely summed up. Okay? I want volunteer, 5 of you. One will read bullet number 1. The next one will read bullet number 2, and it goes up to the last bullet. Let's go. 1, 2, go. Yes.
To preserve the internal security of Namibia.
Do we understand it? Do we understand it?
Nope. Try to elaborate.
Thank you. Pass the mic.
To maintain law and order.
Okay, next person.
To investigate any offense or illegal offense.
Okay, next person.
To prevent crimes.
What did you say?
To prevent crimes.
Thank you very much. Next person.
To protect life and property.
Thank you very much. I hope from here you are going to remember all this function of the Namibian police. When you are at school, when you are at home, when you are in the community, you happen to meet a police officer, you must be able to remember these 5 functions. Is that okay? Can we proceed? Question will come later. Okay, for now you can hold your horses. Let's go to the next one. As for this one, in Namibia police we have what we call pillars, things which we are leaning on. All right? Pillar number 1, we want Namibian police to be the effective police in the whole SADC, if it's not in the whole continent. Right? And again, we want to build a partnership, not only with business people, not only with parents, but with students as well. We want you guys to be our friend. When crime is being committed, you must at least be free to come to police and report. Why hiding it? Unless you are enjoying it or you are taking part of it. Are we good? And again, we want Namibian police to be an organization which is for excellence in everything in our services. And you are our helpers. Without you, we will not reach those goals. Let's go. All right? I spoke about the police in general. This time around, I will narrow it into a certain division or directorate, which is BIB. Okay? What does it stand for? To those who can able to read, you can see it's written there, Border and Infrastructure Protection Division. It's one of the Namibian police component, which is in charge of providing protection of the borders and governmental installation. And it was established in 1996. Were you born by then? Yeah? That's great, that's great. It was once known as Special Field Force, okay? But when our IG, new IG, the current IG took over, so he changed the name from Special Field Force to BIB. All right? Okay. So here we are going to concentrate on one of the CGIP specialized subdivision, which is called Water Wing or Water Policing. Under that BIB, there's a unit called Water Policing, the one we are representing here at this event. Why? Because it's a custodian of our water over here. So the language here must be water. Isn't it? Good. Let's proceed. What is the definition of that term, water policing? In other countries, they are called harbor patrols. Some countries, they are called marine police. And others, they are called maritime law enforcement. But they are all police officers who patrol in watercraft using speedboat, vessels, or canoe. When you find yourself in Zambezi or Kavango, Kunene, you will not see a vessel, but you will see a canoe or a speedboat. But if you are here at the coast, automatically, we don't use canoe, but vessels. Are we good? That is the definition. So we are all over. Where there's sea, we are there. Where there's river, we are there. Where there's harbor, lakes, and canal, we are also there. Let's proceed. Watercraft. What are watercraft? What are watercraft? Those are watercraft. As I mentioned about speedboat. These are speedboats. Okay? You can see officers there on patrol at sea, looking for the illegal fishing and all that. Those who are violating our marine resources. Okay? Of course, having that division as water policing, we also have a vessel. And on the vessel, there's a structure. And in that structure, you will find a captain, you will find a chief mate, you will find a chief engineer, and the list goes. All right? All those who are standing there, well-trained officer, engineer, and navigators. What are the navigators? These are the drivers of the vessels. So we don't drive in water, But we do what? Yes, please, when you want to answer, you raise up your hand. If your hand is very heavy, you raise up your leg. Moss?
We navigate.
We navigate. Yes. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Let's kick off. Those are the offices. When you are a navigator, your office looks so nice and smart with chairs, you know, you can spin. Right? But now when you are an engineer, your office is without chairs. You can sit on the engine itself. There we are. When you find yourself done with your grade 12 and you join us, you can be able to occupy one of those offices. You're more than welcome. Let's move it. Those are some of the duties of members of water policy. Okay? I don't want to read them all. It will capture time. Right? They prevent crime on vessel, banking, shore. They do port flag clearance. What does it mean? When a vessel is docking in our harbor here, police, they must be. They need to go there and inspect that boat. Okay? Making sure they are not smuggling anything in our country. That's now arms and ammunition, drugs, and all that illicit goods. Are we together? The rest is history. We can read with our time. Okay? Only if there's a question, then we can dwell there. Otherwise, it's very clear. You can use your smartphone, capture it, and read it home. Is it not so? All right. At sea, we don't have location, we don't have streets. How do we communicate? We use coordinates. All right? That's why that slide is there for you. We have north, south, west, east of all the direction on the compass. And if we are looking for each other, what we do, we send the coordinate. Where are you? You just punch the coordinate. Right? 15 degree, 6 minutes, 1 second south. 15 degree, 8 minutes, 1 second east. And then you are found. Not story of where are you? Umbayariata Tena. What is this location? You guys never heard about Umbayariata Tena? Eh? Oh, you only know at Tualoloka. No, there's no such a thing at sea. We don't have location, we don't have street. So our communication based on the coordinates. Are we good to go? Okay. Very good. This is our territory. We patrol the whole coast of Namibia from Ludres up to Teresby. Okay? And when we are going deep at sea, we can cover up to 200 nautical miles. In kilometers, it's reading 370 kilometers, almost from here to Windhoek. Okay? Just in water. Straight, facing Brazil. Right? Where's Brazil again? Where's Brazil? Is this side most? What is your geography telling you? Where's Brazil? Here where you are sitting now. When they are saying point where's Brazil, where will you point?
Where will you point?
This is Namibia map. Please, for your information, this is Namibia map. Right? There is Walvis Bay, Sandwich, somewhere down there, Swakopmund and Cape Cross. You go up. We just harvested out the coastal part. That's why it looks ridiculous. Yeah? But yeah, this is our map, Namibian map. And this is our territory. When we are patrolling with our police boat, we cover all this space. Are we good to go? Thank you. Here it is. Like I said, we cover almost the whole Namibia. We are found in Zambezi, we are found in Karas, there in Trudres, we are found in Erongo, there in Walvis Bay, we are found in Kunene. Almost the whole Namibia we are there. If you join us, you will enjoy the privilege of traveling this country. Let's go. Criteria to be one of us. If you want to be part of our unity, first of all, you need to be a police officer. All right? How to be a police officer? You need to pass grade 12, and then you apply. Once you apply, they will take you and train you. You see behind the students graduating. Okay? It used to be 6 months, now it's 9 months. 12 months. Now it's 12 months. If you join us, in 12 months time, you will be able to get salary. Okay? Later on, you can go and do your further study at Junam and NAST and all that one. University of Angola and that one. Okay? These are the criteria. If you want to become part of us, grade 12, police officer, physical fit, able to swim, strong moral character, communication skill, and willing to study. Why? Because your grade 12 alone, it will not make you an engineer. Once you come with your grade 12, and then you join us, we will send you to school. Here is our school, Namfi. Are they going already? Yes. That's our school, where people are studying about navigation and engineering. Let's proceed. Those are some of the career you find in police. All right? You can be an engineer while you're in uniform. You can be a navigator while you're in uniform. Nurses, teachers, investigator, legal officer. Those are lawyers, social worker, mechanic, plumber, diver, even sport officer. Let's go. This is one of our vessels we own in police. All right? If you come by, you will be able to view it. Let's go. Let's go. Play it. Just click there. Very good. When we are on duty and busy approaching a fishing vessel perhaps who are not cooperate, we are forced to board their boat by force. That's what is happening. All right? We are not just on the ground arresting and wrestling with you guys. No. We are busy somewhere taking care of our country. All right? Let's go to the next slide. Aye. If you want more, you must come to our desk. Let's move. All right? Sport, like I said, if you join Namibia Police now, you can be a rower, you can be a swimmer. We cover almost every sport. You know about the hitman? Do you know about hitman? The boxer? Yes. We trained him how to box in police. So, you are welcome. Even if you are a runner, we will make you an athletic. Just come and join. Let's move. No. Just stop there. Water is life, but it kills when you are panic. 85% life safe in water than on the ground. Is that true? Can we prove it? Is that true? The statement, first sentence there. It says life safe on water is 85% than on the ground. Why? How? Can someone try? Why and how? 1, 2. Go. Yes. How?
Once you're on water, the body can float. While in a car accident, you can just die.
Into pieces. I'm telling you, if you are in a car accident, especially when it's rolling, your chances of being alive is 0.5. But in water, if the boat happen to sink, your chances to still to be alive is 85%. How? Because you just bounce on water and come back, start floating. No blood, nothing, no bruise. Therefore, come and join water police. We will prolong your life for that matter. We urge you, anything happening in the community, around our beach there, please report to that number. Take it down. Give it to your parent, give it to your teachers, and everyone. That's the end of our presentation. If there is a question, time is now. 1, 2, 3. No question. We spoke about function of the police. There are 5. Can you remember one?
To maintain law and order.
Very good, very beautiful. When you are done, you go get your t-shirt other side. Please, Sergeant, record.
To prevent crime.
To prevent crime. Very good. That's. Take note of them.
Protect life and properties.
Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. 2 more.
To investigate offenses.
Very good. The last one. Yes. The last one.
To apprehend couplets.
Good try, my brother. Good try. I like the way you try. Yes.
To preserve internal security.
And? Thank you very much. Those are the 5 functions in police. Please, they must be at the heart. Not in the mouth. When you are chewing, it will fall out. Okay. Sergeant, anything to add before we give the mic back to the... Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Sergeant Paul. I'm your community liaison officer of the district of Walvis Bay. And I'm happy to be with you this afternoon. I'm not going to add more, but I just want to say to you, especially the young one, I think now your mind is a bit opened once it's coming to policing. Because you only know that when the police find me is to arrest, to cuff me, and then to push me around there, and then to take me to the police station, to put him in a holding cell, and I go to magistrate. And then another one which you know is only that, the police are not allowed to assault people, and then are not allowed to swear to people. That's only you know, isn't it? Because at the bachelor word, you will used to say, police leave me, I know my right. Is it not like that? Is it not what you're singing there? Yes. From there now, you go and send the message there that we don't know our right, as we mentioned in front of the uniform personnel. But rather than we must first understand the word policing. Apart being mentioned, police officers, as a young dynamic Namibian in Africa, you must know the word policing. All right? All right? So you might not just know police officers. Now I urge you to go and conduct all the social media, your dictionary, or where you can get information and you go and Google that word, policing. From there you will understand the good thing of the words police officers. But in short, as I tell you that I am one of the community liaison officer in a district, I also want to add a bit that in order you to become a police officer, not only to wait for the general announcement of the national recruitment of the Namibian police force, as we know, but there are also programs in place whereby the mature age entry platform we call police reservist. As a young Namibian, you are studying at one of the universities in these countries, and you are working somewhere, we are really inviting you to come and join the Namibian Police Reservists. It's a second option to the qualified Namibian to enter in the police, which lead you to the good picture you show here, especially those they are studying engineering, teacher, nursing, and many more, those you saw there under the police careers. Are we there? Eh? And I know you will go and do it. I saw a lot of them there. I give them grade 1 and grade 2. They are in front of me there. And then they don't know. They are only saying, no, Uncle Paul, het gehaakloop van die onderwijzer af. Na die police of het gejag. She's my witness. I was not chastened. Mama, good afternoon, teacher. You see, no one chased me there. They just come and present what they present today. Then I was listening very well. I end up, let me do it. Because they say they also want teachers. I penetrate on what I can do today. I'm in front of you. Double career. Is it not sounding well? So you come to any nearest police station in your areas of Walvis Bay. We call it jurisdictions. Neither Quisemon police station to Taleni police station, Walvis Bay police station, neither in Swakop, wherever the jurisdiction of your area where there's a police station, and you say, I want to join the police reservist, where you are going to work in the police voluntarily, but the police, they are not going to pay you, but they are going to give you a theory within the police. At the end of the day, that qualification you hold, a bachelor degree, and the engineer, what you're having on it, it lead you to get a job through the Namibian police, and you will double careers. Okay? Who is at the IOM here? What are you studying there?
Yes, sustainable ocean and aquaculture management.
Aquaculture. Anyway, we need you there. We need you in the police. Huh? We need you in the police. We are having a farmer in the Namibian police is based that side of Hobabe, Somaika regions. And then we also having our dams somewhere down to the north, to the south. You will be one of the managers there, but you are police officers. Huh? Our police in our training centers, our inmate in a holding cell, you will take care of them when you make sure that those fish on that pond which you are taking care of, we will call you one of the chief inspectors. Huh? And you saw there what they rang there. Who again at the IOM there? They recognize University in Namibia and all borders. They call University of what? International what? It sounds good in Africa. Who else? Male. Only one student from IOM. Yes? What are you studying?
Sustainable ocean and aquaculture management.
Aquaculture. You are all focused in agriculture.
Yes.
Right? Come on. Good to go. I say thank you very much. That was just a bit additional. And have a good one.
Thank you so very much.
Those 5, you can follow him and receive your...
Yes.
your gift. Thank you. Thank you for your time, madam.
Thank you so much. Oh, there's a question for you.
Okay, good afternoon. I just want to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the role of social workers at the Namibian police force? And also, how does one apply as a social worker? And also, what is a social worker called at the Namibian police force? Like the name. Is it a wellness officer or, yeah?
Oh, first, I respect you. I know you are a qualified social workers. And I just say, even this coming Monday, just come and see my regional commander. But I urge you to go to, Walvis Bay Police Station. Is my warrant here? Warrant is here. Where's the warrant? Okay, you go to Walvis Bay Police Station and you look for warrant here. So immediately now you will get her number from the sergeant there. You get her number from the sergeant there, and then I can only see you after a month. You are already working as a police officer. Under that, the responsibility of the qualified social worker in the Namibian police force as a whole, we need them to mentor our peoples as we are going through thick and thin within a force. When I just go out there, I must chase someone. After I chase someone, and I show you the young one is grabbing the phone. Are you there? Just one of the example, ne? After I grabbing a phone, and then down there he take a knife. It's left me out, for example, it left me out to shoot in the air. You getting this example? After I shoot in the air, it was not my intention. This round went and picked someone else. But the suspect ran away. Are you there? It will make my mind to be what? Traumatized. Number one, I did not get a suspect. Number two, my bullet went and picked up an innocent person. And I'm a human being like you. I need what? I need the counseling process. So now NAMPOL decided, why should we go outside there and hospital, please help us? Why we are not just recruiting our nurses, our doctors, and our social workers? Those are our counseling within us. Nay, you will be champion of the champion there because we will hold accountable of our problem. We are men and women there, we are married there. My problem at home, I bring to you. You take over. Nay, is to us a social worker, is a counseling officer within the Namibian police. And then there's no any blocking stone, you become an inspector, but you are a social workers. A chief inspector, deputy commissioners, a sergeant, but you are within Namibian police force. So double career is the last word I mentioned. Right? Any question? Before I did not go and give the t-shirt.
Thank you very much. Madam, I think our time is exhausted.
Thank you very much. I've got another speaker. He came on last minute. He's from IUM. He's a student. He's talking about sustainable oceans. Cleopas.
Can you hear me? Good afternoon, everyone, including my fellow students. My name is, can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Amadila Cleopas, one of the students majoring in sustainable ocean and aquaculture management. So I'm just going to give a presentation regarding how pollutants are being transported in the ocean circulations. To start with, what is ocean pollution? This refers to the accumulation of harmful substances such as chemicals, plastics, oil spills from the vessels, sewage and other waste materials in the ocean, which can have devastating, let me say, harmful effects on marine life and ecosystems. As I said, I'm just going to give a short notice on how the what. Can you hear me? All right. All right. So how are the pollutants transported in the ocean? How are the pollutants transported in the ocean? There are different mechanisms that the ocean uses to transport the pollutants to the surface down the ocean. Namely, you have coastal currents, surface currents, thermohaline. The third one has to deal with what? The salinity level of the ocean. And then deep ocean current. And then the global conveyor belt. This one is worldwide. Next. As you know, everything has impacts on this earth. So ocean pollution have different impacts. So pollution harms marine life through infection, ingestion of and entanglement in plastic debris, oil spills and chemicals. This leads to injuries, diseases and even death of marine species, specifically fish. And then it disrupts ecosystems by altering food chains, damaging habitats and affecting marine biodiversity balances. To add more on that, water quality is also degraded, making it harmful for marine life and organisms that depends on clean water. Furthermore, it poses risk to human health through contaminated seafood consumption and exposure to polluted coastal areas. For instance, there was this other incident of a whale that was washed at the Pelican Bay. As you know, as Namibians, some people wanted to go get some piece of meat from that whale. So, but an investigation was supposed to be carried before people could take meat from that whale. So I think that the death was caused by one of the pollution in the ocean. Next. So then there are some mitigations on these impacts. So mitigations means like effective ways that we can use to reduce pollution. We have reducing the use of plastics by opting the reusable alternatives, proper disposal practice such as recycling and the use of designated waste facilities. Like for instance, we had a trip to one of the fish petrol vessels. Then there's a sign where it says fruits and biodegradable products have to be dumped in the ocean, but not plastics. You get it? And then educating and raising awareness about ocean conservation and pollution prevention through campaigns and community outreach is what I'm doing now. At least you guys are getting some ideas that you will pass on to your younger brothers and sisters. To add more, encouraging sustainable fishing practices to prevent overfishing and minimize ecosystem disturbance is essential. Lastly, supporting cleanup efforts, practicing in-breath cleanups, and backing organizations dedicated to removing marine debris is crucial. So let's unite and work together to keep our ocean clean. Thank you.
You guys have any questions for Cleopas? Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to thank all the speakers for taking some time off and speaking to the students. I'm sure they got all the information they needed. Thank you very much. Have a good day.